Hi everyone. So this video is all about drama, and all kinds of stress that is caused by circumstances, situations, and people outside of you. Today when I'm recording this video, it's the 8th of August 2022. And I do want to emphasize first that the next video topic will be a lot nicer, more of a happy topic again, and that is all about manifesting, etc. I first felt that this had to be shared first though, and I did have I did already know what I wanted to globally speak about, and I already had the title as well, but I couldn't have fathomed that this morning actually something really insisted and came to the surface and really wanted to be put into the open and to be shared. And it was really, when I woke up this morning, it was really very insisting all of a sudden. And it is a topic that that is not something that I keep silent myself, or that I don't dare to talk about, or something, or that is a taboo in itself, because I have been sharing it with others for quite a while already. People surrounding us that we trust, and that actually also deal with this kind of circumstances, this kind of behavior. And so it is actually something that that we have been discussing with others for quite a while already. People that do understand what I'm talking about, and also are experiencing it themselves. So that is what I really want to share with you guys, that this is really a topic that is really that has really has its effect on many others as well, male and female, so both women and men experience the effects of it. So I'm going to first address what I wanted to speak about anyway, and that is what I really want to clarify is that I do make a difference between experiencing hardship and difficulties in life and acknowledging it, and talking about it with others, sharing it, etc., and discussing it, and really giving attention to it, versus really creating drama, which is deliberately creating, causing, and exhibiting drama. And by that I mean making things way much more worse than it in reality is, and to how to say it, to get attention by it, mostly in a negative way, of course, and also blackmailing others with taking on a victim role. So I really want to emphasize that and clarify that there's a big difference between indeed experiencing difficulties in life and expressing it and acknowledging it and being open about it, versus really deliberately creating drama and exploding things that that could be tiny or not that much of a big deal, but then really exaggerating the whole case. So that said, first, what is also something that I want to share is that actually what happens a lot as well, and I have been experiencing that as well, is that you can also people can also want to talk you into and make you believe that you have certain problems that you actually don't even have. So I said I've experienced that as well in my life, that people wanted to talk me into that I should have problems actually, or that I actually should experience problems that I don't have, and that I should feel miserable actually, as I was also speaking about in my video, people are judging me for being happy, and that I should experience difficulties in life and not know what I'm doing, and that I should feel lost, etc. So that is also the case, that people can talk you into having problems which you actually don't have, and wanting to make you believe that you have problems that you don't experience. So that is also quite interesting. That is done by, of course, many different people in your surroundings as well, but it can also be done by people you don't actually know and in society, and it can be taught at schools, or you can be educated like that, or indeed what I've talked about in my previous videos, like governments also, and companies that want to talk you into problems that you actually don't have. And as I said before in my previous video, what I do want to emphasize is that I don't want to generalize, so that I'm not accusing or judging organizations or groups or individuals altogether, but I'm just talking about facts. I'm just talking about what does happen in daily life with a lot of people, and that a lot of people experience and have difficulties with. And we all know and experience, what I feel there should also be difference. There is a big difference between sharing information with people about circumstances that might be important for them to know. So informing people versus treating treating people like they're like a moron, and like they are just really incapable of experiencing things in life themselves, and making judgments about these. And by that I mean neutral judgments, like what is happening actually, and what do I think about it, how do I feel about it, and what should I do, what choices people make. So yeah, there's a big difference between informing people and treating them like a moron, and wanting to control them entirely in their behavior and what they should and shouldn't do, and taking over their steering wheel actually, and as if they aren't capable of living their lives themselves. And we all, many of us, and actually I guess we all deal with some kind of level of abuse daily or frequently, or I would say, and us too actually. And that is also what I want to talk about, what I want to share with you, so people that can relate, that know that they're not the only ones, and that it happens a lot. We don't accept people to abuse us, though, and that is very important as well. There's also a difference between letting yourself be abused, and also blackmailed, etc., versus just knowing who you are, what the circumstances really are, what the truth is, and just standing firm on your both 2 feet, and really drawing your boundaries, because you just know who you are, where you come from, and from integrity. And that, as I said before, that some people are telling lies all the time, without a blink of an eye, without blinking their eyes, and that is really nasty. And when you just know that, you are able and capable of just drawing boundaries and saying it is enough, and just also defending yourself, because you have the right to do that, and they don't have the right to harm you like that. And a lot of the time for no reason at all. So what I said before, many of us deal with some kind of abuse and some level of abuse daily, actually. And it can be from childhood. I have examples from children that I've heard about that that were even told by their mother, for example, when you're not doing this, and when you are behaving like that, or when you're not doing this, what I'm telling you to do, then I won't love you anymore. And that is very distressing. So this is again another episode that is actually also about drama and abuse in some kind of way. And as I said before, I really felt today is very important that I share this specific experience that I want to share with you guys, because I really know and have experienced that this is of such profound importance that I'm really doing my best to cover the most important elements that I want to share about. But I'm sure that if I forget things at this point, or I'm just not covering everything that needs to be covered or wants to be covered, that it will come back later in other videos. As I said before, I do a lot on intuitively, and that means that I share what wants to be shared in that particular moment, in a particular way, for the collective consciousness that is dealing with this at that point, and that is experiencing this and has to hear about it. That means that I do sometimes prepare what I want to talk about before, globally, but at the moment when I'm doing the video, it just comes the way it comes, and that is totally fine. And so therefore I say, when it needs to be addressed another time, it will be addressed another time, and the people that need to hear it and need to see it will hear and see it one way or another at some point in time. Okay, so what came to the surface this morning in particular is the kind of abuse that I have been experiencing, especially the last few years. It's quite a severe and nasty kind of abuse that actually originates from women. And I do definitely right away want to clarify that I'm talking about I hope, at least I hope, I'm talking about a minority, so that it, again, I'm not generalizing, so it's not all women, it's not most women, it's not even a lot of women, it is a minority. But although it is a minority, it is very severe and it really should be addressed, because again, what I said before, a lot of people, young and old, male and female, and also gender neutral, because I don't want to leave them out, of all walks of life, are dealing with it and experience the severe effects from it. So again, what I want to emphasize is that this is a kind of behavior, the kind of abuse that I've actually been experiencing mostly for the last few years. And it has been there all along, of course, because this exists for ages. I'm sure about that. But I didn't experience it for that severely for many years especially until I started for myself again, with my practice and my business. Then it came, I have noticed that it then came more to the surface, and it happened more and more frequently, but it was still, not too often, and especially since I met and am together with my partner as well. That is something that I've noticed as well. But mainly since the last couple of years, I guess, really the last 2 years, two and a half years. So while we have experienced these circumstances globally, I can really say that now I can't even count the cases on two hands anymore. So it is really something that is really really evolving, I would say, kind of, and that I have been experiencing, especially the last couple of years, 2.5 years especially. But since I am together with my partner as well, and that is about I guess 4 years now. I'm not totally sure. I sometimes have difficulty with time, linear time. That's another topic on itself. So that is something that I really noticed, and it is really the kind of abuse that really hurts me a lot, and that really comes hard on me, actually to the bone. And more also because I really don't understand it. The nasty, how to say it? The nasty behavior and the remarks, the nasty remarks that I get, that I've been getting from women. And it's really the way they have been pushing me around, the way they really bring it to the point that you really feel like they really want to break you down. They really want to put you down, to a point that is really, they really want to destroy things. They really want to break you down, want to make you feel, really want to put you down. It's even like they are treating you, and again, not only me, because I've heard it from a lot of men as well, but also other women that are harmed by these kind of behaviors. Many people actually. Why? You know, I also want to say that, as I said before, it really began and became more severe when I started for myself, when I started my practice, and now I was when I really chose to actively live my mission and my life purpose and start my business, etc. That is when it really started to to get more out there. Not only by women, I want to say. It was also men that were more and more wanting to put their nose into the way I should do things, or what I shouldn't do, etc. Men as well, but in the end, actually, most of them, or perhaps all of them, in the end are actually always open for honest conversations, honest how do you say it? Honest communication, and in the end also problem solving, and so, or otherwise they would just get off stage, so to say. So that isn't really much of a problem. The women that I'm talking about, on the contrary, aren't open for honest interaction and problem solving, and that is the entire problem about it, and why it is such an important topic to be brought out into the open. As I said before, a lot of people in society are dealing with it, have to deal with it, and are victim of it. I guess it is because um, women are still put in no, in a whole different category, and really being protected, and I wouldn't actually call it that way, but um, for lack of better words and the way people view it, women are still more protected than the men in many cases. And when it is um, when it is fair, it is okay. But when it comes to protecting them when they're really causing severe harm to others, and only because they are a woman biologically seen and genetically, and their people are um, how to say it, yeah, well, are protecting them just because they are a woman, and they're really neglecting and even downright ignoring the truth of what is happening, then it's a major problem. It's a global problem. It's a universal problem that has to be dealt with, and very soon, because otherwise, if this is being ignored for another couple of years, decades, ages, then I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Then I'm sure that humanity will have an immense problem, and perhaps at some time, only because of this, won't exist anymore. I'm really talking about that severe kind of a problem. And I've been speaking about taboos in my previous video, but again, I couldn't have fathomed that I would be talking about this specifically at this point in this way. But it has been a topic that my partner and I, and again a lot of other people that we have spoken throughout the last few years, have been discussing a lot. And so I really know, and actually in all my videos and everything that I'm communicating publicly, I know and I am actively speaking for many other beings as well. So I'm not only talking about my circumstances, and what I mentioned before in this video, a lot of the times I have also been, people have tried to talk me into problems that I didn't have. So that also means that a lot of the times I'm not talking about or for myself, but for others and for the collective. And apparently this is such an important topic that has become such a major taboo that, and of course I know I'm not the only one. I really want to make that clear. There are a lot of others that that contribute their time and energy and attention and their lives, their mission, their life purpose, to these kind of circumstances. And at the same time I feel like, who else should do it? And I really feel like it is important that a woman addresses this, for many different reasons, but I won't elaborate on that now. So this is what I want to put into the open. As I said before in another video, there are people, and I'm mainly speaking about women, that get very hysterical about my presence altogether. I'm just being there, and of course I am aware of that I have a kind of energy. I'm broadcasting a certain energy because I've been working on that for actually my entire life. And when people believe in it, I'm not only talking about this life but other lives as well. And recently my partner found an article about old souls, and we recognized actually everything in it resonated with us, and we recognized a lot in that article. And that is something that I've been knowing for many years already in this particular life that I'm living right now, that we are aware of, that other people are aware of, because I'm also aware of other lives that I'm experiencing simultaneously. So there's another taboo that is broken. For a lot of people it's no taboo at all, by the way. So, but there still collectively it's still a topic that people don't talk about or find weird to talk about and to exchange in. So what I wanted to say is that I know who I am and what I'm here for and what I'm doing. And apparently there are people that can't deal with that, that can't accept it, and are yeah are getting very, yeah, as I said before, actually kind of hysterical about my presence altogether, about my energy, about the frequency I'm broadcasting. They just can't handle it. And I know that, so in that case I'm kind of okay with it. It still isn't very pleasant, and it's still when someone is yelling at me, and again, especially when a woman is yelling at me, screaming at me for no reason, for I don't understand why, or ignoring me, or being downward nasty to me, and even treating me like a slave. Since the last few years, there are cases that again, they're pushing me around, and I know I don't experience it like, because I'm a colored woman. I don't have issues with that at all. I've intrinsically, me myself, have never had issues with that real, slavery history, especially from colored people. I do acknowledge history in many ways, and in that, I have mixed roots. So actually, I think from all continents in on the planet. So I I can see it all from every perspective and from all points of views, and I just find it ridiculous when people are doing crazy things, mainly the last couple of years. It's really, I really feel it's totally crazy. But that put aside, so treating me like their slave, or their maid or whatever, and just expecting all kinds of things from me, that I'm like, okay, so why should you expect this from me? Is this normal? I don't think so. And again, I'm not the only one who's experiencing this. No, there are many, many others. I again want to emphasize that there are many, many others that are experiencing this for many, many years. So again, it is a problem because it just happens without a covert reason, overt reason. So it's very covert, and actually most of the times there is no specific reason, or it is something from outside that they that they feel miserable about, and then they project it on us, on me, on you, on whoever is experiencing this. So it's severe projection. It actually always is when there's abuse, of course, but this is a really severe kind of projection. And when you experience the heaviness of this topic, when you want to when you want to neutralize the circumstances, want to transmute the circumstances, they are doing everything to and it's very manipulative. They are doing everything to make you and others outside of you believe that you are the problem, that you caused it, that it's because of you that they feel miserable, and that they are treating you this way. It's very, very nasty, very manipulative, and when you aren't very when you haven't a lot of how to say it, self-worth, and when you don't trust in yourself and just know who you are and what the truth is, then you really have a big problem. Because even when you do know and you draw your boundaries, it is very manipulative, and people that don't see what is happening believe it. They believe, oh, so he or she is doing things, he or she is behaving in some way that caused her to act like that, but that isn't true. I see this happening around me a lot, and this is really a topic that we really have to discuss in other videos as well, because it's so profound. I see it in organizations, I see it in groups, I see it in families, I see it everywhere. And other people see it and experience it everywhere. It can be anywhere, at any in any circumstances, in any context, at any time. So again, women are also hurting and harming, accusing and attacking other women. So they are actually making life harder for other women as well, and actually for society. And this is why I want to discuss this topic. Why not me actually, but as I said before, this morning it really insisted to be brought into the open. Now, it happens a lot in broken families. It happens a lot in circumstances with children. So a lot of children are victim of this behavior, of this kind of abuse as well. It's really nasty. And I have no fear, because I know who I am, and that is why I'm sharing this. That's why I'm putting this into the open, because I also want to emphasize that, as I said before in my video, people are judging me for being happy. There are people that are so miserable that they want to destroy everything and anything, everyone and anyone. They don't care at all, because they're feeling miserable. They don't know what to do with their lives, in life. They feel no purpose, apparently. So they have to take everyone down with them, or they have to take everyone down. Doesn't matter. Others have to feel miserable because they are. But if this is really put into the open and is discussed more, and others would listen more to those who experience this kind of abuse and take them seriously, like I do, like my partner do, like we do, like luckily a lot of others do as well. But this is something that way too many people ignore and are just throwing off the table, and are just patronizing, and are saying, well, it isn't that severe or that much of a problem as it appears to be. Well, actually it does. It is. So actually I want to leave it at this. I want to wrap it up, otherwise this video is going to be too long again, because I'm busy for quite a while now. But as I said, it just wanted to be out there. It wanted to be in the open, and so I did that. And I want people to be more open about it, so that this can be discussed, so that it can be healed, transformed, transmuted, and that also the perpetrators who are doing this, who are causing this harm, when they're capable of healing themselves, it is very important that they have the space to heal as well. But if they just downright don't want that or aren't capable of it, then we should acknowledge that as well, because as I said before, otherwise society will be destroyed. And again, I'm only scratching the surface with this, so please don't judge. Again, don't judge a book by its cover. And I said there will be many times that we are going to discuss this as well, and we are discussing this privately with beings that have to deal with this as well. We are also discussing this openly with many parties, in circumstances and in context that this happens, and also with these women themselves. I don't like being attacked for nothing. year in, year out. And I don't like it when my life and my business, my mission and my life purpose are harmed by it, or not, perhaps in the end not really harmed, because as I said before, I am very firm in who I am. I'm a fierce woman, I can say, in that I know who I am, I know my rights, I know, I've actually have expressed many years ago that only me, only God and me, we are the only ones that really get to decide about my life. And no one else can do that in a harmful, negative way, ever. And I want you to do the same, actually. I want you to make the vow to yourself that only God or the universe or source or whatever higher being, if you believe in it, or your intrinsic self, and you can decide about your life in a good way, in a beneficial way. So no one else has the right to want to bring you down, to want to not want you to succeed in life, to make you feel miserable at all. I really want you to realize that and to internalize it, to anticipate it, to behave like that, and to live it. Because that is actually really what this is all about. It is some kind of, maybe you can even call it a test or something. How strong are you? How much do you believe in yourself? How much do you believe in the laws of nature, which are above human laws? So God as well, the universe, source, another higher being that you perhaps believe in, your energetic team, as I call it, whatever. How deep is your faith? How much do you trust life? And as I started my previous video with, do you trust yourself? How much do you trust yourself? How much do you know yourself? And when you're coming from a place of integrity, you just know that no one is allowed to break you down in any way. So I really want you to internalize that, to let this sink in, to reflect about it, and when you want, share it with other people, share it with those who you trust. There are many people, again, who experience this and want to talk about it and want to support each other and want to heal this. And I'm done with it, I'm fed up with it, and many others are as well. And this is about, what I said before, there's no duality. So the women that are behaving like this, men are no enemies. Men, in general. But women aren't either. Women that stand in their power, that know who they are, that are living their lives, that want to contribute to the highest cause, aren't enemies either. And a lot of us want to create a wonderful life for ourselves and our environment, and for coming generations as well. So please, if you feel like others need to be heard because you don't feel it and you don't see it that way, just stop it. And I do want to tell you that the laws of nature eventually decide. So if you really want to turn your life around and want to live a happy life still, then I'd suggest make the choice and just do it, and stop harassing others, stop harming others, start believing in yourself, start with standing in your own power, start speaking about your traumas when they're there, if they're there, start trusting people, or start trusting that there are people, and that start trusting in life, and start your journey of healing. Start healing. Okay, I would love to hear your experiences. Just share your experiences when you want to, and share it with each other as well. And if you want to share it privately with us, then you're mostly welcome to share it with us as well, privately. And I do want to make sure that you all know that this is really a collective topic, a collective problem, and again, that I'm only scratching the surface, but I wanted to be out there. I wish you all the best. I wish everyone all the best. I've always done, and I always will, and that they eventually will experience the best for them. And we are working intensively on that for those who want that for themselves and their environment. And for those that resonate, I hope to see you soon, to speak to you soon. And if you want to talk about this, and if you want help with this, if you want to see how you can get out of this and heal from this, and how you can create your own path that is right for you in an authentic way, then you can definitely contact us, or book a free strategy session if you want. Then we can discuss things. If you really want to work with us, then we can discuss what is possible for you, what is the right direction for you, what you want to have covered. It is really tailored on your unique circumstances and your desires and what is important. So you can also contact us for that as well, and I will put the link. I will accompany this video with the link as well. Again, for those who resonate, hope to see you soon. Take care, and as I said before, the next video will be of a much lighter and happier and more wonderful topic. I'm really looking forward to that. And yet these kinds of topics will of course be discussed as well, and get attention as well, because it's just it is a part of life, and it is important to acknowledge it and to be open about it, so these taboos can dissolve, and these these misformed energies and these monsters can dissolve, can heal, can transmute. Okay, until next time, and take care.